And then she got here, and one of the first jobs was she just anything. So she did the hot dog stands.
Yeah, I sold hot dogs.
But there was such grunt work that she did.
Obviously, first off, you look amazing still. Like, it doesn't seem like you've missed sleep, but you are doing all this. You still have all your career stuff. What allowed you to just make all those necessary sacrifices so willingly?
I think it's just the way I grew up and where I come from. My mental approach, when I came here, I was 16, but I felt like I was 30 mentally. And I was on the streets. I didn't speak English, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I end up...
Don't do a short story, because this is
it's a long story.
This is more impressive on how she grew up, because she grew up in Romania during the Civil War.
Right.
And had to get out of there.
Yeah. So I ended up coming to the States in 92. And then I didn't go to school, so I never finished high school because I didn't speak English. I came here, I was supposed to go to school. And there was nobody there to send me to school, obviously. So I started bartending at 17.
Yeah.
So that's where my life started. I started in Queens, New York. Then I moved up to the city. I did coat check for the steakhouse in New York, Nebraska Steakhouse. And then I ended up buying that place. So I hit the newspapers, the news. I was like,
tell them how you, so she's in the financial district of New York.
I've eaten there, by the way.
You've had, yeah.
And when my brother had his film at Tribeca.
I love that. And so some big hitters come through there. And so David Pecker eats there during lunch because it was a block away.
Right.
Continue.
So all the magazine industry moved.
David Pecker bought Muscle and Fitness, Shape, all the magazines. He owned the
he
Inquirer.
owned like
so
16
he owned
titles. Men's Fitness, Playboy, all that. So they moved to Manhattan, New York, 2 blocks away from my restaurant. So he was coming over for lunch at my place, and he kind of heard about me, bodybuilder, and he was like, "Hey, I heard about you." He goes, "Well, you look great. Do you want to be on my cover?" I was like, "Me? On your cover? Yeah, when?" He goes, "I'll have somebody reach out to you." So I end up 10 days later shooting for the cover. I just did a little cardio. Yeah. and then we became friends, and I was giving him advice on the magazines because I knew the fitness industry. I knew who, I competed, so I knew everything about it. And he loved it. And he said, "I think you should be a consultant and I'll pay you." I said, "No, I'll just give you advice. I don't want to get paid. I'll make money here." I had my restaurant. But we became friends. And then he said, "Come to the office. I want you to meet all the editors." So I walked into the office. There was 16 editors-in-chiefs. Robin Chang was there. He was running the Olympia. I mean, all the big shots. Yeah. And I sat down and he goes, "Hey guys, I want you to meet the new editor-in-chief for Muscle and Fitness here is Mona." And I was like, "Who, me?" And I had my high boots, Yeah, my boobs were sticking out. I'm at the restaurant. I'm about to make money at my place, right? So I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "Playboy's next door." I'm like, that was my first cover.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it
2 weeks of cardio. That's what she looked
10
like.
10 days of cardio.
10 days.
Yeah, the 11th day I shot. I remember that. I came to LA to shoot that cover. So it was just, everything happened so crazy. I never looked for the job. I never looked to buy my restaurant. It just kind of, I don't want to say that it fell on my lap, but it kind of did.
Yeah.
And I took the risk. I didn't go to school. I didn't finish high school. Why am I the editor-in-chief for the magazine? I told David, I said, "Look, I didn't go to high school. You know my story." He goes, "We have 20 editors here that could edit. I just need your ideas." And it worked perfect.
Yeah.
It's just, and then I did another cover, and it's just running my restaurant, competing, running the magazine. Everybody's like, "How can you do it?" So that mental approach of the work ethic to go back to how can I mingle everything with what we're doing now, it was already there. I was doing so much.
Pat Brock's family, I hope you guys are doing well. Now, we love meat. We love to eat meat on this podcast. We've talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it a lot. That's why I partnered with Piedmont Steak, because they have amazing cuts of steak, some that have a lot of fat, some that are a bit lower fat. But no matter what diet you're on, you can fit Piedmont Steak into your diet. It's fucking good. Andrew, how can they get it?
Yes, you guys got to head over to piedmontese.com. If you guys know how to spell it, say it with me. That's PIEDMONTESE.com, and at checkout, enter promo code POWER for 25% off your entire order. And if your order is $150 or more, you get free 2-day shipping. Links to them down in the description as well as the podcast show notes. Let's get back to the podcast.
What she left out, though, and I think you guys would appreciate, and the viewers would
the
too,
hard stuff I left out.
There was a whole hard stuff. She didn't speak the language. You get dropped off in New York. I don't want to get dropped off in New York right now. But being a 16-year-old kid where her parents left years before, so she had to raise her kid, brother and sister. That's a different approach. That's not a normal life. And then she got here, and one of the first jobs was anything. So she did the hot dog stands.
Yeah, I sold hot dogs.
But there was such grunt work that she did that when her and I
sold
get
hot
talks,
dog. Then I went to a Romanian restaurant and I sang, like in a band, Romanian music because I didn't speak English. And then I worked for Yves Saint Laurent, which is a high-end fashion, whatever. So in the back office. And then somebody got me a job for computers, but I didn't know computers. I never touched a computer until I was 28, I think. So I was there just like, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm... Like all these things happen. And then I end up going to this restaurant. Somebody said I was broke. It was cold. It was February. I was going there. And they say, we have no positions. We have 9 girls working here. So sorry, we can't hire you. And then the owner goes, who's that? He goes, oh, she's looking for a job. Hire her. And they're like, well, what are we going to hire her for? Call check. And that's how I started. And I was making a good money. But
not even a month ago when things, or months ago when things were bad here, she's like,
it's crazy.
Chick-fil-A, is it Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out?
Yeah, it's
Paid
Chick-fil-A.
like $20.
$22 an hour.
It's a tough job.
I'd work there.
She goes, if everything went shit, I'd go
Are you
work there.
kidding me? In a heartbeat.
And so it's the mentality. And it reminds me of Terry Crews, because Terry Crews left pro football or asked to leave, whichever you want to say. And he was willing to move with his wife to California and take a security job in the parking lots of the movie sets. You know, the guy that sits there and says, yeah, park over there.
Yeah.
From pro football to that, how humble. The drive, the character. He's the guy that's going, I don't want to hear the excuse. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to make it. That's a different approach, no?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with her the other day. It's like, I said, well, we got to do this, and this. And he goes, what happens? What happens if all this goes? Yeah. What happens? I'll go work at this place. And I'm
you
like,
go start again. I made it from nothing.
There's a different mind approach. And you guys are running into that now with your guests and who you deal with. It goes back to that incredible mindset. And I've seen it in you, how you are now with the business, how you analyze yourself, how you pull back on things and go, I need to do this, I need to do that. The way you work out, that's another step for you. And it's like, this is when I'm around 24/7. So if you're thinking, I'm going to be kicking back now, I'm stepping it up even more. Because she's the kind of person that says, don't complain, don't do this, get out there.
Yeah,
your plate's full now. You asked for a full plate of food. Now go eat it. Now get your ass out.
What a couple of things I don't do. I don't complain ever. You never heard me complain.
Never.
I don't ask for favors ever. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor?
She doesn't.
I don't ask for favors.
I always ask that.
And
Why?
I don't.
But you answered.
It's anyway. And if I need something, I like to pay for it. If we go out to dinner, I'm gonna pay for the dinner. I don't. You know what I mean? Like it's just. Photo shoots.
So we're coming up to this,
Photo
right?
shoots.
And I go,
pay for it.
So is Mark flying us up? We're doing his show? She goes, Mark's not doing anything. I'm paying for this shit. Yeah. I'm flying us up. Didn't even ask. I don't know if she did ask you around my back. She goes, no, we take care of this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of individual I'm around, but that's what you got to be around.
Yeah.
And you did that coming to this place. You were around these guys that just took you to another level.
Yeah.
And I wish people would search, not for the individual that fits in, not for the average, search for the more advanced. Search, if you're at a gym, search for the guy that's the baddest guy there.
I want to give you a correction though. I was scared of coming here in 2015. I went to the LA Fit Expo so I could go network in 2015. And he saw me at Barbell Brigade. And he's like, hey, I recognize you. You're in Sacramento. Come train at Super Training. That's why I came. I wish I could say, yeah, I came to ST, but he invited me to come train.
I was confused. I was like, he's so jacked. He has to train at Super Training. He lives in Sacramento. Yeah. He was like, yeah, maybe I'll come by.
Well, look at you guys
And then
now.
I came by.
What do you think's changed for you in the last 10 years from your mid-30s to your mid-40s most for you? Is there something that you can say that's changed the most?
my body fat. I had a lot of fluff.
That's well known.
Oh, jeez.
I had a lot more body fat 10 years ago. I think just I feel like I'm improving with like decisions that I make, improving my communication, improving just how I go about doing stuff. Like it could be anything, and it could be my relationship with my son or my wife or my daughter or.
Peeps, we love bringing you all this fitness information, and we also want to help bring that information to more people. So if you could help us out, hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell, and we'll continue to bring you the heat. And I won't whisper in your ear. Talk to you guys later.